Hello and welcome to another daily devotion this New Year's Eve as we talk about the light of one year fading, the darkness of the evening into a new beginning, a new day. In the first two devotions, we've been talking about light and dark in scriptures, and I've talked about light and God's light coming in. Well, this one is about the gift of darkness. I was reading Barbara Brown Taylor's book, Learning to Walk in the Dark, and in it, Barbara Brown Taylor, if you've never read her or heard her preach, she's fantastic. I'm a big fan. She says, "The problem is that despite my best efforts, when the lights have gone off in my life, plunging me into the kind of darkness that turns my knees to water, yet I have not died, and monsters have dragged me out of bed and taken me to their lair. Indeed, I have learned things in the darkness that I could never have learned in the light. Things that have saved my life over and over again. So there's really only one logical conclusion. I needed the darkness and the dark moments of my life just as much as I needed the light." And according to Taylor, darkness was anything that scared her, from getting dementia to something happening to her family or husband, to the melting of the polar ice caps, school shootings, ending up alone, suffering of children, how it feels to die. All those places of the unknown, the uncertain, where we don't know where the light is. But I really took that to heart, because sometimes you've got to bottom out. Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom. Sometimes the absence of God drives you to seek God. Sometimes the darkest moments of my life remind me that I haven't been nearly grateful enough for the little blessings I've enjoyed every day, and I haven't found the time to say thank you even once sometimes. No, the darkness and coldness of the dark reminds me what it is to have the beauty of love. The ugliness or harshness of the dark reminds me of what it is to have everything that I have built up in my own life of illusion of control, to have it all stripped away, all the stuff, and realize that in the end, it's just me in this body that God's given me, and that's all I've got when I come into this world, and it's all I'm going to take with me when I die. So what really matters? The dark places do teach us, if we allow them to, of just how important the light is. Perhaps one of the most important things that I'd like to end with is, just like with heat, there is no necessarily, if I'm not mistaken, that, let me just change that up. The absence of light is what makes the darkness defined. Whereas light isn't defined by any degree of darkness, it just is. So sometimes in our journey of faith, when we feel far from God, or when we've had our doubts, or when we've lost our faith altogether, or the grief is too strong, or we're just angry at God, or upset with God, or just feeling like a victim, a giant victim in life that's been unfair, and compared to others, why me? And our faith is one that says, in the valley of the shadow of death, and the Hebrew translation is quite literally, in the valley of the shadow where light cannot be seen, God meets us and leads us through. A shepherd who isn't even visible in the cave that we're in, but who says, follow my voice. And that through is the most important word. He doesn't say, well, good luck in there. Hey, I hope you make it. No, he says, listen to me. I'm here in the darkness with you. Follow me out. This is the way out. I don't know if you've ever been in a horror house or fun house and you've been in a room that's disoriented. or a place that's so dark and you cannot find your way out of a room. The light's gone out, your power's gone out. And the relief that comes when you found your way into the light. If 2021 has been a dark place for you, I pray that as you reflect upon what is past, what is to be, and what is right now, that the darkness is instructed just how beautiful the light of God is and draws you into the light and lights and illumines your path.